you would describe them as?
He would have tantrums if he didn't get his way. But I mean, kids have tantrums.
Yeah.
But not to that extent. It would be like a full-blown tantrum, like kind of out of control type thing.
And again, we've talked about how
He would
raised.
throw things.
Okay.
If that's the way you want me to describe how I would see him have these tantrums?
Yeah.
He would throw things. He would kick. He would kick the floor, whatever. Lay down and scream and cry, but not like the normal tantrum a child has. Like more exerted. Maybe that's not even the word I want to use, but more extensive.
Okay.
Okay. Like a normal child has a tantrum, and you tell them, stop or whatever, with a stern voice. Okay. They normally stop. Okay, but he didn't. And he would run around and he would kick things, and it had to be his way or no way. That describes it. I don't understand.
Yeah. Can you describe to us whether he was attached to Linda, like emotionally?
Oh, so bad. He was so attached to her. She couldn't go anywhere without him. He would scream and cry, and yeah, she's very attached.
Okay. And you first said that he was attached very badly, and I think what you meant was very, very strong, the attachment was to her. But did you think it was sort of over the top? Is that why you said badly?
Yeah, because she couldn't go anywhere. He would have these meltdowns when she left.
And were there times that she left him with you and he had these tantrums?
Yes.
Okay. And did you ever babysit for him for more than a couple hours? Like, did he ever stay with you for a couple of days?
I've babysat for him overnight, yeah, for a few days.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And how would he be when he was at your house when she was gone?
Well, it would never be at my house.
Oh, okay.
It would always be in her house.
I understand. And would he be expressing that attachment issue when she was gone?
Yes, he would stand at the window at the front of the house, and he would be screaming and crying, and I would have to yell at him and tell him, Nicholas, get away from the window. Mommy's coming back. But it took a long time to calm him down.
Okay.
It wasn't like, okay, I'll walk away from the window. It was like, I'm going to stand here for a few hours and do this.
I
think we lost Mr. Marcus.
Oh, we did? Oh, he
No?
is.
Oh, he's there. Okay.
I'm here. Thank you.
Can you describe to us any other behaviors that you saw in Nick when he was upset?
Basically, he would throw things, kick things, scream, cry. And it was very hard to control him. An example. She would have to make herself kind of like a straitjacket type thing, where she'd have to hug him. So while he was having these episodes, okay, to try and calm him down.
Okay.
If that describes it right to you, it's like very tight holding, like restraining him type thing.
Okay.
But, you know, her doing it.
And during these tantrums, did he ever show any aggression in any way towards other people?
I don't remember that.
Okay. In times that we've talked before, you mentioned him acting like an animal at some point. Is that right?
Uh-huh.
And can you describe what that was like?
Like he would, out of the clear blue sky, like he would start acting like a lion, okay? And he would go right in your face, go like this, you know? And he'd run around the house, and he would do it to everybody, not just one person, you know? And when you tell him to stop, he wouldn't listen, you know? And then when you reprimand him, and he was in his room, you know, that's when he would stop.
Okay. And did that, his acting like a tiger, is that something that went on, that was just a brief period of time, or did that go on for a period?
Forever.
Meaning months or years?
Years.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that wasn't like that was many years.
Okay. And was that a behavior that concerned you?
Yes.
Did you ever try to bring your concerns about Nikolas to Linda's attention?
No.
Why?
I don't know. I really don't know. I really, to tell you the truth, I didn't know those things until I had my own son. And when I adopted my son, and he had similar problems that I saw with Nikolas, okay? Let me stop talking, Margo. That's my grandfather clock, just to let you know. So we'll take a pause while it does that. Can you tell me what I was saying? Sorry.
Yeah, of course. We were talking about...
Oh, yeah, my son.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, after I...
Okay, we saw her just pausing because of her grandfather clock chiming in the background. We don't have a grandfather clock here at Court TV, but we do have a clock we keep with our breaks. We have to squeeze in one right now. Don't go anywhere. This is Court TV Live, your front row seat to justice. Thanks for staying with us here on Court TV Live. I'm Julie Grant. Let's go back into the courtroom together. What the jury is seeing is a pre-taped witness's testimony. They're allowed to do that in the state of Florida. They're allowed to take depositions. There's a family friend who the defense deposed back in July, so just a short time ago. Her name is Finney Broud, and she's shedding a lot of light on Nikolas Cruz, what he was like as a child, the difficulties that he had possessed for quite some time. She paused because her grandfather clock was chiming and making some noise, and we're going back in where we left off. Take a look.
And I saw similarities between him and Nikolas in his behavior. That's when the light bulb went off in my head.
Okay.
Really about Nikolas's situation.
Okay. And you adopted your two adopted children in what year?
In 2000, hold on, 6, my grandson was born. I want to say 2000, around 2007.
Okay. And we will talk about that in a minute, but just staying with Nick and sort of his toddler or childhood years. Was he a kid who could sort of sit still and for a period of time, or was he a kid that was more like
Oh no, he was running around.
Okay.
He always had ants in his pants.
Okay.
Never, yeah.
And even when he was sitting down, was he?
Yeah, he was fidgeting, always fidgeting with something.
And do you remember how he would respond to any kind of loud noises around him?
Oh, it was, he would hold his ears, you know, and he'd scream, you know, because he didn't like the loud noises, but he could hear himself screaming, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, but that's what they did. My son did the same thing.
Okay. And were you around during the process of Linda trying to potty train Nikolas?
Yes.
And do you have any idea whether that was difficult for them?
It was difficult. But she had a lot of patience.
Mm-hmm.
Difficult for my son too.
Okay.
You know. But yeah, she had a lot of patience with him. He wore diapers for a long time.
Okay.
Pull-ups.
All right. Do you have any idea how old he wore those pull-ups?
I want to say maybe he was 5.
Okay.
Maybe 5.
And during this period of time in his earlier years, is Roger really involved in raising Nikolas, or is it mostly Linda?
Well, it's mostly Linda because Roger was traveling.
Okay.
You know.
So he's still.
It wasn't until Roger opened his office in Boca that he was home more.
Okay.
But he traveled a lot.
And when Nikolas is young, do you see him interacting in play with other children?
Not really.
Okay.
Other children, he would. Let me think a second, okay? Other children would find it difficult to play with him because he was aggressive. So that's the reason why they didn't want to play with him.
Okay.
Because he was aggressive with them.
And is that something that you observed over the course of his entire childhood?
Yes.
Okay. How did he and Zach get along when they were little?
They got along like brothers, you know, and rough housing and stuff like that. But Zach had a lot of friends, and Nikolas did not, and that was a problem.
Okay.
Because Zach would be invited over to kids' houses and for play dates or whatever, and Nikolas would be aggressive. So, you know, for a while there, his Zach's friends didn't want to be around Nikolas.
Okay. I'm going to show you what's been marked for identification purposes as Defense Exhibit H, as in hotel. If you could just tell us if you recognize that and describe it if you do.
Yes, that is Zachary in the NYPD shirt. And that is Roger and Nikolas. And it looks like they're eating birthday cake or something. And you could kind of see that Nikolas is a little spaced out. You know, had that spaced out look, which he had a lot. And but he looks like he's having a good time.
No objection.
Thank you. That would be Defense Exhibit 8. Now, In your observations, and you are spending time over there,